full. We can't take no more. You have awakened the Black Power movement.
Hello, what's up, everybody? We are back with another edition of Talent Tuesday, and as you can see, we are in a different room, so please bear with us as we work out our logistics, broadcasting from this room for the very first time. For those who have not joined us before, we are Quantize Recordings. I am Kelly Spencer. I got my DJ Spen with me, and we are going to get into this thing. This is our A&R session, so we are going to check out some brand new music submitted to us by some up-and-coming producers. This music has not been signed. It's not supposed to have been. Hopefully. And we are going to check out their music, give them a little feedback, and maybe if we're having a lucky night, we may find a couple of tracks that we can sign. So I want to introduce you to our judges that we have on tonight, because we have some very, very special judges. Let me reach over here, make sure I have all my stuff going on. Okay, thank you. I see you all on Twitch. I told you I'm working it out. I'm making sure I have everything. So, all right, let's get into this. First up, I want to introduce you to, I guess he really doesn't need any introduction.
Not really.
He is.
Introduce him anyway.
He is the king of the underground sound. I mean, really, don't you think?
Don't I think?
Don't you know?
This cat. I mean, Jovan's been making records since I can remember. I mean, I think my first track really like hearing him and doing what he does was Running. And it's just, he has a knack for, let me put it this way. James Brown would probably have still been very, very popular had he not decided to change his sound. Mm-hmm. Jovan has not changed anything. It's rock solid. It's hardcore. And it's just, you know what you're going to get every single solitary time. You know, okay. I buy his tracks blind. No glasses.
Well, I'm going to see what he's working with in Baltimore next month because he's going to be at our party on March 13th here in Baltimore.
Oh yeah, because you never heard him DJ before,
right?
I mean,
so this will be the first time I hear him DJ, and he'll be helping us kick off our very first event for our 10-year anniversary celebration.
And he's on Soulful Storm.
He's on Soulful Storm.
He co-produced Soulful Storm, and his remix
is on your new album.
Is coming out,
which dropped on as a promo. Well,
early
order today.
Yeah, pre-order
today. But he's got a new venture, right?
Not necessarily new, but
kind of new.
Relatively new, I guess. Body and Deep
Records.
Label,
okay. So. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, introducing Jovan, legend, the man. He is here. What's up, Jovan?
What's up, man?
That was quite an introduction.
Well, we like to treat our guests right because we hope you can come back.
Yeah, prayerfully.
And plus, we might need
put them headphones on your head. That's why you have feedback.
Well, it can't. Wait a minute, we gotta put it up on my bun now. Can't have it falling off. Plus, we might need Jovan to do another remix, so we're gonna treat him real nice.
Right.
All right. I'm serious. All right, our next guest. I think this guest needs no introduction either. In my mind, he's like the king of disco. So we got the king of the underground. We got the king of disco, right?
Right.
Coming to you from Brazil, we have DJ Meme. Meme has a remix on your album as well,
yes,
right?
He does. Yeah. It is called "You Are My Friend."
You are my friend. Your very special song. Oh, you're my friend. Welcome, DJ Meme. We love having you. We're excited to have you here.
It's a pleasure to finally be here with you all.
That's awesome.
Big pleasure.
All right.
Pleasure.
So
thank you for
all of our producers who have submitted tracks, I think you're in for a real treat. I hope you have your notes ready because these producers are going to drop some knowledge on you. And I hope you are going to listen because, you know, they're professionals. So get ready. And of course, our team is with us tonight. Tommy Davis is in a meeting, so he won't be joining us. But we've got Mike Freak, and Mike Freak is representing the label that he is now managing, our newest label. It's called Q, just because people keep saying it's Q3 and it's Q.
Great.
It's Q. Okay, so Mike Freak, what's up, Mike Freak? How are you feeling? Is this your first week managing a label?
Yeah.
You haven't caused too much trouble yet.
I've caused a little bit. I mean,
his name is Freaky Mike. He causes trouble.
Yeah, he got in trouble. He got in a little trouble with me earlier, but we love Mike Freak. We love having him as part of our team, and we are so excited about what the Q label is about to do. The first release. Tell them about the first release is about to drop, Mike.
Can we start telling them? So yeah,
you can tell them.
It's gonna be with a legend, Mr. V, and it's myself and Nabco producing it. So it's gonna be pretty exciting. It's called "I Know What You Like," dropping February 25. So stay tuned for that one.
Nice. All right. Well, we're all watching you, Mike. No pressure.
We're working on our first party as well, April. So stay tuned.
Oh, we're working on our first party. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, stuff you find out.
I'll talk to you offline. All right. And we have our team here. So, of course, we have our head of A&R, Miss Candace McKenzie, the Duchess of Margate, is in the house.
Hello.
Hey, Candace.
Hey, Kelly, I really like your jumper, what you're wearing.
At first, I was about to say, what jumper? I forgot. We call this a sweater.
Yeah. Sorry.
A jumper. You like my jumper?
I like it.
Thank you.
I like the color and everything.
Thank you, Candace.
Yeah, I love it.
All right. So
May, I like your jumper too.
May's not wearing a jumper. She's wearing a t-shirt. All right. Who else do we?
I'll give you a smile.
Oh, give me a smile.
I like it.
Say something in Portuguese.
Português para vocês todos.
Oh Lord.
Oh yes.
All right,
It was
right.
I like it.
Right. Now Jovan, say something in American, hardcore. Right.
All right.
There you go.
We have to say something in British.
Water.
What?
What?
Spen, say something. Spen, say something in Baltimore. In Baltimore talk.
Yo, what up?
All right, we're getting serious, guys. We have one more team member to introduce you to, none other than our head of social media, DJ Renee Melendez, is in the house.
Hey, Renee.
What's up, family? How's everybody doing?
Goes. Doing great.
Wonderful. All right.
I'm from Richmond because I am a New Yorker.
Yeah, I know. You are a native New Yorker.
All right.
All right. Well, are we ready to get into this?
I think that we are. What is our first track anyway?
So let me talk about these tracks. I have not listened to them.
Not at all?
Not at all. But we do have... Oh, you did, Jovan?
Yeah, I did.
So let me tell you all this. One of our tracks is from a 14-year-old producer. So I'm asking my Twitch family specifically to be kind but honest.
Well, I mean, we have to know which one is
they're going to know because I'm
right?
going to tell them when we get to it, because we have a 14-year-old.
Okay.
And let's be real. Many of you watching and many of our panelists, not me, because you all know I'm young, but some of them are getting older, and we need the next generation, right, to step up and get into this thing. So I'm really excited when we have young people interested in the house scene, interested in soulful house as well. So I'm excited to hear what this young man is bringing to the table tonight.
All right.
All right.
So without further ado, are you ready?
All right, let's get into this. Our first track for the night is called A New Gospel. What is it? A New Gospel in a New Era.
All right.
That's long.
Well, let's see where it goes.
All right, let's check it out. This is Talent Tuesday. Stay with us, fam.
New gospel in a new era. A new gospel in a new era. A new gospel in a new era. A new gospel in a new era. Bottom line of our preaching will always be Jesus Christ and Him crucified, amen. Buried, resurrected, amen. Ascended on high, seated at the right hand of the Father, and coming back one day. That's the bottom line of our preaching, oh yeah. But our sermons and our makeup, our ministries, amen, have to be the kind of thing that begin to reach people right where they are. This gospel that we're preaching is one that's going to meet you right where you are, amen. A new gospel in a new era. 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 A whole lot of folk want to romanticize life when everybody else out here is catching hell. I want to deal with the folk catching hell, amen. I want to deal with the people that are down in the dumps, amen. I want to reach the people, amen, that are hurt and broken. I want to reach the people that are shattered, amen. And those folks don't mind you talking about the things that broke them, the things that caused them to shatter. Those folks don't mind talking about the things that hurt them, the things that impress upon their lives so much that they feel like throwing in the towel. Those folks don't mind talking about their dirty laundry because they want to go to the laundromat and get it clean. And that's why we preach this gospel, a new gospel in the new era. Amen. New gospel in the new era. New gospel in the new era. New gospel in a new era. A new gospel in a new era.
All right.
A new
That
gospel in a
was-
new era.
New gospel in a new era.
New gospel in a new era.
Yeah, we
Bring
got
that
it.
down a bit, DJ Spen.
Yes, I'm
I
bringing
think
it
Jovan
down.
said,
I'm
yeah,
bringing
we got it. We understand what it is. All right, so let's start right out and get into this. Jovan, talk to me. How do you feel about this track, and what advice can you give to the producer?
It has a lot of potential. I'm feeling it. I like the vibe of it. I just think that they have to watch those volumes. Everything is peak. Like the vocals is a bit distorted, and the track itself, they have to bring everything down, just so it's more cleaner. It needs to be clean.
Okay. So if you were giving this a score between 1 and 10, what score are you going to give this one as is?
It's a good starters track.
Okay.
I probably would give it a 6.
Okay. Not bad.
Not bad at all.
All right. Let's go over to May.
It's obviously a demo. I don't think that he had the intention to make it as a final product because there's something in the vocal that needs to be redone, maybe re-record or reshape, something like that. But the best thing is I can see the good ideas. The bass line has something special. The drums can be, it's a good way for the drums. But the vocal has, some type of compression, sidechain. I don't think what it is because it's coming and going. So that's why I think it's a demo, not the final mix. But it's in a good way. That there's a potential there. I would say 6 too.
Okay, not
I
bad.
would say 6. Yeah, he's got something.
Okay.
Right.
So he's got a good starting point.
Yes.
All right.
That's it.
Mike Freak.
So yeah, I like the sermon. I'm always like into like tracks that contain sermons. I like that. So that's a plus. I think it needs help with production. It needs to be mixed better because there's no clarity in the mix. Like you can hear the bass line, but the rest of the elements is kind of like buried under the mix. Like it does feel like the vocals is kind of like sidechained to something. So that it needs a little bit of help right there. So
Okay.
yeah.
All
Yeah,
right. What's your score on this one?
I'll give it a 6, and also on our poll, it's like 83% no.
83% no on
Yeah.
Twitch.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Twitch can be really fickle depending on the day and who's in
I
the
know,
chat.
right? Yeah.
So we never know what's going to happen over on Twitch. All right. All right. Well, that's a start. Let's go over to Candace.
Thank you. So I know that there's it's not like the final mix. I'm not a producer, so I won't get into the sounds and stuff like that. But I really like the track. I like the bass line. I like the vocal because I really like the message. Because sometimes I find that because gospel's like popular, sometimes people use like a vocal on their track just because it sounds good, but sometimes the message is not actually that great. But I actually really like the message as well. I think that people can listen to that song and actually get something from it as well. And I just feel like with the issues that everyone else has mentioned so far to kind of fix the sound, I think it would be a really good track. So I'm going to give it a 6.5.
Okay, not too shabby. All right, let's check in with DJ Renee Melendez.
Hey, so I like the track. There's some structure there. There's something to work with. There's a skeleton there to work with. It definitely needs some cleaning up on the vocals. It sounded a little bit compressed, but it is a rough copy. So, hopefully they'll take everything that everyone has said and kind of go back and just tweak some things. But definitely a good starting point. And I would give it a 6 as well.
All right. All right. 6 seems to be the theme for the night.
Mm-hmm.
Checking
or for
in.
The track.
For the track. Let's see. Hope it's not for the whole night. Let's check in a little bit with Facebook. Enrique Bernard, you're giving it a 6 as well. Okay. All right. Let's see. I don't know. Some people on Facebook are saying it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. You all are. I'm reading these comments. I'm not going to read some of them out loud. Someone said it's kind of like like just a kind of mellow, like end of the night, just a chill type. They could see it like that. I'm not sure. A 5 a.m. club closing track. What's up, Alistair Thompson? So we'll see. All right, 6.5. What's up, Henry Galindo? Andre Lee's giving it a 6 as well. Damon Ramsey feels like it has some good bones. So
yeah,
something to work with.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Wait a minute. What do you think?
What do I think?
Yeah.
Come on.
Come on.
Y'all know this is definitely not my kind of. It's not my kind of
gospel.
Yeah, it's a little. I actually like the message, and I think if I'm not mistaken, this producer, we chatted a little bit, and he said he had the permission. It was his. I think it's his pastor.
That's dope.
So I'm always intrigued.
Really dope.
We have a pastor who sometimes drops some, like the things that he says. I can see it in a song. Like those, like catchy things that we just keep saying. So I can see that, but the track is just. When I see the word gospel, where I go with it.
Yes, I do.
And so I live
with you.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we do live together.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't like the track for that message. Oh, thank you, May May. He was talking to me, not you. What do you think?
I think that it is a 5.5. I think I like the idea of it, just like everybody else. I mean, it's basically what's already been said.
Right.
The idea is good. It needs some execution in mixing, probably arranging as well. But for a demo, and this is what it is for a demo, and where it's at, it's not bad. Is it playable as is? No.
Right.
So it definitely has a way to go in order to be something that's playable, but it's a good start.
So we're missing our co-founder, and I guarantee you, he was here.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
His
would have
been totally different because this is definitely his kind of.
No question.
Yeah, that's definitely his kind of track. So, all right, that was some pretty good feedback. So let's go right into our next track called All Night and see if we're gonna go up from here.
All right. It is Talent Tuesday.
Yes, it is. All right, that was track 2 tonight on Talent Tuesday. Checking in with the Facebook family. What's up to Jazzy Coopsy? He says the track has that Robert Owens feel or Todd Edwards. Head nod in house.
It is.
He gives it a good 7. So, all right, Jazzy Coopsy, shout out to you and the Sunrise FM crew, always rocking the Quantize tunes in the UK. Thanks for the support. All right, let's see what else they are saying over on Enrique. You only give it a 5. All right. Beautiful start to the All Night song. It's a groovy, beautiful beat too. A good 6. I'm not even going to try to say your name. I'm not going to try it. Sorry. I won't do it. Richie Leader gives it a 5. Rico Flores gives it a 6.5. All right, let's check in. Thanks, Facebook fam. Let's check in with the judges. Let's start with DJ Maymay on this one.
Judges. Here we are.
Yes, Judge Maymay.
I'll start. Give it a 7. I'll give a 7 to that because I like the vibe. I think it needs more. I miss an evolution of the track, like a build up
Mm-hmm.
or something. I feel it. I can feel it. It's a deep thing. It reminds me of the Robert Owen things. I get it. I'll give it a 7. It needs a proper mix, but
Mm-hmm.
it's on the way. It's on the way. I think it's on the
Okay.
way.
All right.
All right. All right. Let's check in with Jovan.
I give it a 7 as well. Yeah,
Okay.
I give it a 7. It's it needs something. Something's missing
Yeah.
in there.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
Something to escalate the track a little bit more than what it is. It's a bit repetitious on the samples in the background. Um, in my opinion, I think he should have a feature that did the lead end of it, like a
Mm-hmm.
like a woman. It needs a woman on it or something, or recut the vocals. Just kind of make it sink in a little bit more with the track. It's a little bit, you know, it's like he's just coming up with just something to say, a one liner. It needs to be a little bit more going on. Like if as a DJ, you want the people to really feel what you're singing,
Mhm.
what you're saying. And but yeah, I give it a 7.
All right. All right. We got
Ooh.
2 sevens right now. Let's check in with Mike Freak.
So I was I like the beginning, although it could just be me, but it felt like the vocals and the track were kind of like a little bit not in key.
Mhm.
And
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was saying. Yeah.
yeah, so I mean that could be easily tweaked. It kind of like I like it at the beginning. I was like hoping to get some more, but it kind of like just stayed at that one plane.
Right.
And yeah, I was hoping to like have some more moments where I'm like, oh, something's happening. But yeah,
You thought
that
you might be getting your first signing, huh?
yeah, I was like, oh, this is
Mike Freak got excited.
Right.
uh, yeah. But that could be fixed though. That could be easily fixed because it's almost
Right.
there. It feels like
Okay.
yeah, just
It's
one more
almost
tweak,
there.
that would be- yeah.
Yeah.
Almost there.
Yeah.
All
That's
right.
it. That's it. Almost there. 7 is almost there.
Yep.
Yep.
Are you feeling what score are you thinking, Mike?
Yeah, 7.
7. Okay.
Yeah.
All
Couple
right.
more, I could have given it the perfect 6.9, but
Oh,
Here we go.
no, they didn't
Here
get
we
there.
go. Here we go with you and your 6.9.
All right. Candace, do you agree?
Yeah, I'm with everybody else. I feel like it's missing something. I wrote down that perhaps it needs some sort of like breakdown. Maybe
Yeah.
it sort of gets stripped
right.
out and then it builds back up again or something
Yeah,
like that. It
there
just
you go.
needs like a something. But
Mhm.
That's
like
what I'm
everyone
talking
has said, it's almost there. So I'm gonna give it a 7 as well.
Okay. All right. Renee, are you the odd man out or do you agree?
I'm the odd man out.
Uh-huh.
So it started off really good. Like for me, I like a song to take me somewhere and to peak. It started out good and it hit a plateau and it stayed there.
Yeah.
And it didn't
Right.
deviate, it didn't get high, it didn't go low. Like Kansas was saying, stripping some things out and then dropping back in. It just
Yeah.
plateaued and stayed right in that spot. So it definitely has potential. It
Yeah.
needs work. So I'm actually gonna go with a 6.
You're going to go with the 6. Okay. All right. So, DJ Spen, talk to me. You're
Ooh.
wearing your House is the Final Frontier,
Yes,
House the
yes,
Final Frontier
yes.
shirt. Okay.
I agree. I mean, this is a panel that I absolutely agree with. I could probably take the pieces to this record as is
Mhm.
and do something with it.
Mhm.
But I do think that if I'm judging what it is, I would give it a 6. I think that the vocals are kind of out of key with what's going on, and a lot of times people think that talking vocals and that kind of thing even talking vocals have key. They sound nice on when everything's working together.
Yeah.
but I like the idea. I agree with everybody. It's on its way. It just needs it needs somebody to give it a proper direction, and maybe add a few more instruments. It's so simple that and repetitive that it does need something to take it to another level. But I'm giving it a 6.
It needs a drama. It needs a drama. I miss a drama coming on.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah, you're right.
When I heard this song, I immediately was thinking about Baltimore, the Baltimore sound.
Yeah.
And
I mean, and it sounds good, which is something else. I must say, the track for itself, it sounds really good.
And I am usually not, a fan of straight tracks, but I would have probably liked it more if it had no vocals on it at all.
And that's an option too.
I was waiting for a little bit more, kind of that punchy sound that if I'm going to go Baltimore, that hardcore. Yeah. And it didn't quite go there, but I could see it definitely, which, I'm a Baltimore girl at heart. I think I could have.
It would be a great instrumental record to play.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I could see it going.
Right. Sometimes less is more. And in this particular case, maybe less would have been more. It may have been a totally different thing with no vocal on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, there you go.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going up because that one was a little bit higher than the first. So let's see if we can go up even a little higher with track number 3 called Freedom.
All right. It's Talent Tuesday.
All we need is freedom. Freedom for my people. Freedom. All we need is freedom. Freedom for my people. After Genesis, then comes the Exodus. Freedom is the most, you must to free us. Turn around and see me enemies. But fire straight on them so them feel that this is. In this money when we wake up, oh, who blow me? Hustling every day to make money. In the ghetto where we there, it's not easy. Oh Lord, have mercy for the ghetto youth. Not afraid to stand for the truth. Me girl, I know that man guessing on it. You be doing all we need is freedom. Freedom for my people. Freedom. All we need is freedom. Freedom for my people. And every we need freedom in our society. No more harassment and immorality. There's strong and respect for humanity. Stand as one nation, as one unity. Let's have the mind of a hustler. We are strong soldiers. Let's come together. Love one another and live as a family. Gathering your blessings on me, blessings on you, blessings on everybody. At the end of the day, all we need is freedom. Freedom for my people. Freedom. All we need is freedom. Freedom for my people. Freedom. There comes a time in a man's life we need freedom to speak. There comes a time in everybody's life we need freedom to walk. Stop caging us like monkeys, cause we are not donkeys. All man got the right to feel free. I enjoy the human rights, but change. All we need is change. All we need is freedom. freedom, freedom for my people, Lord. Freedom, freedom, freedom. All we need is freedom, freedom for my people, Lord.
Are you really seriously trying to mix this? So we weren't expecting that at all.
I was not expecting the ragamuffin one.
DJ Biscuit says, Quantize the dance hall division. The new dance hall division of Quantize is now open.
I want y'all to know that is killer.
Yo, I played that 4 times.
See, Jovan listened to the tracks beforehand, so he knew this was coming.
But look, it's the best track so far.
Oh my God!
It sounds really nice. We need to go and figure out.
So wait a minute. So this was sent as a demo.
Yeah, this was. I need to take a look here and see what is going on with this track. And
holy smokes!
Because every now and then, sometimes people send us a track and they say, "Oh, I'm sorry, it was a demo. It wasn't. That wasn't." So I don't know if that's the case, but I really like this song.
Spen could take that and create a whole new genre of music.
I would kill you. Right.
Reggaeton, take it and
right.
Something.
Give it to May May, and it'll be reggae meets the disco dance floor, baby.
all you need is freedom and a de-esser.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Right?
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
But
sir.
I like
yes,
it. I like it. It's the best track so far. You know,
I
the
love
proper
it.
mix. Yeah, it's catchy.
Those are the votes that
It's-
Quantize and
yeah.
Smoke.
Quantize and smoke.
Quantize your mind, yeah.
Unquantize your mind.
Yeah, exactly.
Really? Yeah.
Uh-huh. You know how that can happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta find who sent me this track. I gotta find this person and say, what is up with this?
Straight smoking.
That is me, Jesus.
Oh my.
So,
I'm feeling high.
I don't know. I'll just talk to this guy and say, ask some questions here. I don't know, but sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm definitely downloading on my computer.
If he's willing to have that turned into a house track,
Yeah, we can do it.
I already could hear what it could be done.
You can hear it?
Oh yeah.
all you need is a free. See, it's catchy.
Yep. Done. That's what I'm saying. A good song, which is the point, right? A good song is a good song is a good song. And you can do anything with a good song. And this is one.
Can I say something?
course.
First thing that came to my mind was, what? It's a wrong track. It's a reggae. And then the song catch me. I was like dancing.
Yeah.
So it's a good song is a good song.
Yeah.
If you want to make a remix and turn into a house,
Yeah.
you got something there also. So
That's what I'm saying. I'm going to call both of you. I'm going to call Jovan to get the underground. I'm going to call you to get the disco. And we gonna make this record go. I'm going to tell you that right now.
All right.
Straight up.
We need to
gonna say-
keep the original. Sorry, Jojo.
Yeah.
We need to keep.
Oh no, the original definitely goes. I mean, and it'll be a challenge, for a dance record label that has sort of like an inherent fan base. I mean, we would have to actually take this record and promote it sort of differently to make it so that people who like this style of music would hear it and have access to hearing it. But absolutely, to do this record without the original would be a travesty.
Well, I have the perfect show because on Premiere Gospel we actually have a show called Reggae Vibes. So even if you didn't want it, I will be like, listen, send it to me. I'll send it to Reggae Vibes. They will play it like, with no issue. It's a great tune.
Spen, let's put it out on cue.
No, Mike. Listen,
Right.
when you
He trying
start
to
out,
steal-
Mike,
trying
you
to
have to
steal
take
all our
you have to
records.
take the 7s and the 8s.
Trying to
Quantize
steal
gets
all our
Quantize
records
gets the
already.
9s and the 10s.
I give it a 10.
Yeah, I mean, so
Listen, this guy sent 4 tracks. And he didn't put anything in the email, but everybody that submits a track gets an automatic response that says, "This is Talent Tuesday. This is what we do." I just randomly picked one track, and I just liked the name, so I was like, "Oh, let me take this."
Wow.
So I don't know what the other tracks are, if there are reggae.
Well, we're gonna need to explore
I'm gonna,
that.
yeah,
in
I'm gonna
Tuesdays
talk
going
to this
forward.
guy, and
Yeah.
Maybe he sent the wrong track.
well, we're gonna talk to him. I'm telling you.
Man,
Maybe
we're
he's
gonna
watching
find
right
out.
now. It's like,
If you're
oh,
watching and you're in the chat, talk
Maybe,
to us
yeah,
because
dude, because
yeah.
it's just that is like
You know
that's
what?
fire.
You know what that could put you in the mind of? That remix of Bob Marley Exodus with Journey.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's really just that's what I'm saying. There's so many different things that could be done with it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, so I'm guessing that everybody thinks this is a unanimous 10. Can we put everybody
People like
on
it. Charles Joyner over on Facebook says it sounds like Bob Marley. We're getting lots of hearts on Facebook.
Wow.
What's up, Rick Dickerson? He says Spen would kill it. So I think he's thinking of a little.
I'm just saying, I can't wait to get my hands on it.
All right,
well, like I said,
we're gonna talk to this guy.
This would be absolutely nuts.
There's an
All right.
opportunity to create a whole other genre. That's the thing.
something different.
It's an opportunity
And look,
to create a spin-off of Soulful House with
right. But look, don't get it twisted. We got the guy on the dang on the dang show today that made Mafumbe. So I'm telling you now, I know what Jovan would do with that.
Oh, that's his song. Oh, that's my jam right there. I drop it like it's hot when that comes out. Yes. I told you I'm a Baltimore girl at heart.
I'm saying, you give it to the right producer, that record will be absolutely nothing but.
All right. Well, we are going to definitely talk to this producer and see what's up. Candace, we're gonna have a Biscuit said drop it like it's what? Don't act like you don't know. You're from Baltimore too.
I don't even smoke weed and I just want to do it. You know?
Just because, right? The song just took you there, didn't it?
Right. Straight to Jamaica on the beach with the jerk chicken there. and the what is that bread? The bread that really
the festival.
Yeah, the festivals and oh my.
Lexi said Quantize and Munch.
Tell Lexi to behave herself.
All right. Well, it seems we all like it, so we're gonna have a chat with this guy, and I don't know. Stay tuned. You just might hear
I think
something.
we should just move on.
Yeah. All right.
There's no need to even go around.
So track number 4 is from our young producer. And we're going to give it a listen. And I hope all of our judges will actually give this young man some nice feedback. If you're watching, shout out to you for producing at such an early age. Spen started at that age. And I'm going to tell you, some of his early stuff, it was all right.
Get the whole.
I hate it. But I have a feeling your stuff is going to be really good. So we're excited to listen. All right, everybody. Check it out on Talent Tuesday. It is called Acid Groove.
Check it out. Check it out. Check it out.
All right. That is track number 4, and it is called Acid Groove. Yeah, okay, so I guess I am your lovely host, Kelly Spencer. And
No, you're not. No, you're not. No. All right, young man.
I tried to bum rush the show.
That young man better. I'm so proud of you. He better go ahead with his 14-year-old self.
Yeah, actually, that was pretty good. I must admit that was for a 14-year-old.
It was better than Get the Hoe.
No, it's not. Don't you try it. Don't you even try it.
Okay, so
Get the Hoe is legendary, classic.
Okay, so let's talk about wow, does that say 71% over on Twitch? Responded to the Twitch poll, 71% giving it a yes, a thumbs up. All right, let's check in with start with Jovan on this one.
All right.
It has it reminds me of the old school D-Mob. Remember that? From London, I think, right?
Yes, it does.
Bass line, the drums and everything, the whole vibe. It has a D-Mob feel to it. And I give it a yes. It's like an 8.5 from like an 8.5 for me.
All right.
Wow. Now listen, I want y'all to be honest. I'm not of the school where we give the children a trophy just for trying. Be honest with the young man. You really is a real 8.5 really?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Nice. Okay. All right. So Jovan, if you could give him one piece of advice about how he could get this to a 9.5, what would you tell him to do with this track?
I would say punch up on his kick drums.
Okay.
Bring it up. You know, give it a little bit more knock to it. The samples are good. You know, it got a bit of a Kenny Dope feel to it. And check it out. You know, got some edges of Kenny Dope. The bass line, I love that bass line because it's just got that D-Mob feel. It's like I would love to hear a dub on that.
Yeah, and it's crazy, you know, back when those records came out, you know, the whole genre thing, everything wasn't so genre specific. So, you know, you're looking at, you know, if it was a good record, it was a good record, and it just, you know, it didn't matter whether it had acid elements or soulful elements or tech elements. You know, good record was a good record, and I think he's utilized all of these elements quite nice.
He put it all together. Yeah.
Yes.
So, definitely got an 8.5 from me.
Okay, nice. Tracy Stevens, what's up over in the chat on Twitch? She is a Baltimore girl as well, and she said she needs a little bit more cowbell. She said, add some cowbell.
I tell her to behave herself.
All right, May May, did you like this track?
I did, but I still have free.
Right. Just in your head. Right?
It's in your head, yeah.
I'm ready for this track. Look at that.
Look at him, look at him.
Right.
His
All
shirt.
right.
He
All
is
right. That's right. Do it, man. Do it. Do it.
Oops. Anyway. Okay. Look.
Ooh, okay.
He's 14, right?
Yes, he's 14.
Wow.
That's great. Yeah.
I think his creative mind is ahead of his mixing skills. So if I was him, I think everything is there. But the mix needs a proper guy to do that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if I were if I were him, I would look before I change anything. I would try to mix it properly because this key, this lead key, this acid key is out of the mix. It's too noisy. It's the sound is not is not right.
Right.
So if it could be more
Change the
inside
sound.
the mix, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it needs more cowbell actually. So anyway. Anyway, 8.5.
8.5. All right.
We're getting there.
We are getting there.
Yeah.
Over on Facebook, Andre Lee gives it an 8.5. Rick Dickerson gives it a 7. What's Up Damon Ramsey gives it an 8. So some nice scores over on Facebook as well. All right, let's check in with Mike Freak.
I kind of echo what everyone has said. I really like the bass line. That bass line was just sticking to me. The only other thing is I was waiting for something acid, like a 303 to come out. I didn't quite get that. So I was like waiting for something sculpture to come out because he called it that. So I guess but at the same time, this kid is 14, so we don't know if he has like understood what the acid sound is like, or so it's kind of like hard to judge it that way. But anyway, it's pretty good production. Yeah, just like a couple more tweaks, and this kid has potential.
Okay.
I'm really impressed.
Can you stop playing with your toys? What is your score on this one, Mike Freak?
It's an 8. It's an 8.
It's an 8. Okay. All right. Let's go. Let's reverse this and check in with Renee Melendez first on this one. Renee?
Hey, so
can you get into this?
I can get into it. I'm not a big acid fan per se, but it's definitely something that I could play. I could see myself playing with the right crowd. You know who would really like this? Tommy would really like this.
I think so.
Yes.
I was thinking that.
Yeah, Tommy would definitely.
He would have been dancing. Yeah.
Yeah. And so the kid has a lot of potential and a lot of growth. And if this is just a starter track, just imagine where he's gonna be at in about 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
With making tracks. So I give it an 8.
Okay. All right. 8.5, 2 8.5s, 2 8s. Candace McKenzie, what do you think?
Thank you. I mean, yes, I'm with everybody else. I really like it. I wrote down it's definitely got like a great groove. I like the bass line as well. And really, I like the samples. They're definitely, I wrote down they're really interested, and he's got great ideas as well. They're sort of like the notes when I always write things down. And I could see this one being played in like a big room, like a Ministry of Sound or something like that. I think it will go down really well, actually. And yeah, like what everyone says so far, he might be young, but he's definitely got, or she, I shouldn't say that, but they might be young. And definitely got a lot of potential. And I would give this track an 8 as well.
Okay, I was just reading his email, Candace. He started at the age of 7. He's a 14-year-old DJ and producer. He started at 7 and he watches the show, and he just wanted to send it in and see what we thought. So I think this young man is definitely off to a nice start.
Yeah.
All right,
Welcome.
Spen, talk to this young guy.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it, man. I can't say enough about young people doing dance music, and especially when it's done this right. I do completely agree with May that it needs, I think it's kind of understated how important, an engineer, somebody who can take records and mix them properly. I think they're kind of understated, especially with people doing demos and that kind of thing. I think invest in your craft. Take a few dollars. Getting records engineered these days really doesn't cost that much, and this record engineered properly is done. Totally done. Yeah, totally done. Yeah, it's a 9 for me.
Okay,
Wow.
we got a
It's
9
a
from
9.
DJ Spen.
Sometimes you have a good track, but it's hidden on a bad mix. That's what I
Right.
said. Just give it to a proper engineer. Let him
That's
mix and
correct.
see how it goes, because maybe the track is done. You don't have to, change anything. It's just the mix. But with the
Right.
bad mix, maybe you're gonna lose a good track.
It's a dope record.
It's true. It is, man.
Right.
It's dope. It's dope all the way around, and I totally agree. So that's the first thing that I would do.
Yeah.
But I honestly think that a 14-year-old kid, you're doing this.
Yeah.
You got a bright future in this.
Wow.
You
I
can do this for real.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll tell y'all this one. I have a 12-year-old who's come. I just signed to Body and Deep.
Nice.
He's from London.
Nice.
I ain't saying
Nice.
nothing, but the track, his tracks is crazy. His name is Max Jack.
Well,
And,
Okay.
he's also a DJ as well. And
good. Because you all need to be moving aside and making way for these.
Did you just say moving those?
Yeah, I mean, yes. Eventually.
60 is the new 20, right?
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
60s
Okay.
what? What you said? 60s
He
what?
said
20.
60 is the new 20.
Yeah,
Dr.
you're right.
Dr. Coughs over on Twitch. No one is nitpicking. They submit their songs for feedback, and that's what they're getting. And I'm hearing a lot of good feedback. So
It's great.
nobody
It's
is giving
great.
you this track, Dr. Coughs.
This
So
is-
just sit down
this
and be
is-
quiet and watch the show before you get banned. So
60,
young man,
60.
you have
great work.
this is good.
It's great.
So, all right, stay tuned, young man. Don't you give this track away. I'll be emailing you tonight. And you'll be hearing from Miss Candace McKenzie, our head of A&R. So excited for you and so excited to hear
Yes.
what else you're doing. Because I know this is not the only track you have. I know, I'm watching you.
It
I know
can't
you
be.
have.
Not
it can't be.
with that.
It can't be.
There's no way.
And he's 14. He don't have any kids or bills or responsibilities. He got a whole bunch of tracks. I guarantee you, he has a whole bunch of tracks. And we definitely want to hear them. All right. So
Wow.
what else do we have? All right. We have this track. We know this producer.
Okay.
This track is called SBC, S like Sam. It's short for shampoo, blow dry, and curl.
Why?
Don't ask me. We have talked before about names of tracks. So if we like this, producer, I'm going to call you. Because when he gave me the name, I was like, what is this?
Say it again. Shampoo? What?
Shampoo, blow dry, like blow dry in your hair, and curl. And it's actually shampoo, blow dry, curl, 65, meaning you get a shampoo, blow dry, and curl for $65. So he He did. He shortened the name to SBC65. So we got to think about this name, but let's get into this track and see how, what everybody is feeling about it.
I gotta see this.
All right.
I gotta see this too, man.
We got to see it.
Please.
Oh yeah, this is the shampoo.
SBC.
I'm not getting like shampoo, blow dry, and curl feel from this. I'm getting like a pedicure vibe.
A foot facial?
Yeah, like you know what I mean? This is not giving me getting my hair done vibe. This is giving me a pedicure vibe.
A foot facial vibe. Okay. Okay.
All right. So I want to hear from everyone how you're feeling about this one. Again, it's called Shampoo, Blow Dry, and Curl for $65. Shorten. The short version is SBC65. All right. So Anthony Beltran gives it a 4 over on 4. Really? Okay, but we've got a 4, and then we've got Rico Flores giving it an 8.5 over on Facebook. So we have some mixed reviews. So let's check in with our judges. Let's start with DJ Maymay.
I don't know. Why me?
Because your
Because
name's
we always start with our guest first.
Yeah, and your name's Meme.
And your name's Meme.
Meme.
Look, I don't get the track. I don't. I know there's a minimal. It's a genre, but this is too minimal. There's no enough shampoo there.
Yeah.
I only see the curls. I don't see nothing happening there.
You don't see anything. You don't see the dryer, the heat from the dryer.
Yeah,
You're not feeling that.
Yeah, I'm not feeling it. I just don't. Maybe I don't understand the track. Maybe it's myself, but it sounds like something that it's on a loop. I don't know. It's a simple loop.
Right.
It's,
Yeah.
I don't know if I can call it a track. It's a loop.
Okay. Well.
Do I need to give a number? Or
Yeah.
something?
Yes, please.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
$65. No, I would pay $10. But anyway, I don't know. 3.
3. Okay.
3. Sorry.
All right. So what could they do to make it better? You don't like anything about it? Should they start over, or does it have anything that they can take and make it?
Look, it sounds like a loop. It sounds like a
Yeah.
loop. So a loop is a loop, So what can you do to make it sound better? Create a track based on that. Make a build up. Make more elements. Make a solo, something. Maybe you can try to call a musician and make a solo over that. But if you make a good solo, maybe a pad, you can make it grow. But for now, for my ears, it's just a loop. For $65, it's too much.
Too much. You wouldn't pay that.
Yeah.
Okay.
65 is too much.
All right, let's check in with Jovan on this one.
Well, it reminds me of Boy Jarvis. Early Boy Jarvis. If you know Soulful House, this take me back to early Boy Jarvis feel. Yeah, I agree with Maymay that the solo, it should have been some solo going on throughout the drive of the record, and I think it would have really did something.
Okay.
Despite of it's a loop, but that loop actually works for Soulful House. If it's a minimal, then I would say he would have to swing his drums. Give it that, because you know what the kids want to hear. But in a Soulful House, this is in that lane where you could just play stuff right under that record. You could ride a record underneath this, and I hear it all day. But yeah, he needs somebody to come in there and do some serious solos. Occasionally have a string in there in the back. Raise it up. Have something else going on, and I think it would work.
Okay.
So, I give it a 6.
All right. Let's go over to Mike Freak. Is he still with us?
No, I think Mike.
Mike has dropped off to do his live stream.
Right, he's going.
All right, so let's go to
Freaky
Candace.
Man show.
Thank you so much. Okay, so yeah, like I agree with what Meme says. It does sound like it's on a loop. So then I wrote down that as it is, it's like a good DJ tool or like a transition track. If it was just, I don't know how long it is, but I wrote down like if it was like a 3-minute track or something, it's definitely something that I would play if I'm sort of transitioning or something. I'll also probably add an a cappella to it or something like that, just to elevate it. I also wrote down that it started well, and the other notes that I wrote down is that I think it will sound good in like a real dark underground club, like an East Village. There's someone in your garden. I've got the same Ring doorbell thing.
Oh Lord, I'm sorry. Yeah, we just got this thing, and I'm trying to work out what kind of settings we need to put it on to make it not too.
Every time I hear it, I think there's something in the garden, and normally it means there's a cat in my garden. I keep checking the phone. Sorry. Yeah, so I just wrote down, it started off well, and I think it will sound good in like one of those small, dark underground clubs, like an East Village, or something like that. But I like it. I do like it. I like the vibe of it, but I think it's just like a DJ tool as it is. It needs a bit more. So I'll give it like a 6.5.
6.5? Okay. That's not too bad.
It's really not.
All right. I'm just checking out some of the comments since Mike Freak is not in the chat. He usually does the polls, but we have some not too bad comments. No, Tracy Stevens wants cowbell in this too. BB3 Radio says some better keys. Who is that? BB3 Radio says the drums need work. Mr. Linden, what's up, Mr. Linden? He says 3 elements introduced at a time is a good trick. All right, Teo Wink says there's so many elements that could be added to make this a song. Mm-hmm. So we're seeing some good feedback in the chat as well.
It's actually kind of better than I thought.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, okay.
All right, so Renee Melendez, tell us how you feel.
So it does sound like a loop. I do agree with Mimi on that. However, like I said before on one of the other tracks, even a DJ and a dancer wants to be taken on a journey. A track has to hit a peak at some point. And this was another one of those tracks that just kind of started off great, plateaued the rest of the way. I do think some elements like some keys, maybe like a nice flute, something could have gone in there to give this a little bit extra vibe to it. But it definitely has potential if you take 8 or 16 bars and kind of expand off of it and build on it. So I definitely would say a 6.
Okay. All right. That is not too bad. Let's see. Malcolm We Love over on Facebook says this track has potential. I'm trying to wade through all the tracks because people are having fan moments.
Why?
So people are like, "What's up, Jovan?" I'm like, "Focus on the song in the comments." And
that's the bad part. You have somebody like Jovan on the show. It's like, "Oh my God, it's Jovan. He's so legendary."
And then people are like, "Hey, Candace." I'm like, "Hey, Candace."
I have one more thing I want to add too.
I can't see the chat, so how y'all doing, whoever y'all are?
I want to add.
You know what?
If y'all shouting me out, I don't see
David Chambers. He cannot see the chat, but he says, "What's up?" Thank you for hanging with us, David Chambers.
Can I add one other thing?
Yes,
too?
please do.
When you give your song a title, think about how the sound of the song needs to correlate with the title.
Right.
That title did not fit this song at all.
Right.
And, sometimes that could be crucial when it comes to getting your track signed because it needs to be able to be marketed.
Yeah.
So those.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely. You're right, and that's when Bobby Shaw is on. He's a stickler for that, being a promotions guy and being the guy who has taken songs on the Billboard chart and try to take it to the top. Some people say, what does it matter? It matters. The whole package matters. The sound. Yeah. When you're, if someone pulls up to me, beside my car in the summertime and I've got my music blasting, what's that song? Shampoo, blow dry, and curl, $65. What?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, now the light has changed green and they don't know the song.
And they're like, what? Did she talk to me about having her shampoo? I got a bald head. I don't need no shampoo, blow dry now.
Right.
Shampoo, blow dry.
Shampoo only.
Shampoo. So just call it shampoo.
Yeah.
All right.
There you go. There you go.
Make it more complicated. Call it shampipple.
Spen.
Look at Maymay's face. Maymay like, what? You're like, what is Sham Pimple?
That's a
I'm sorry,
conversation for
man.
another time.
All right, I gotta bring them all back. I'm losing my crew here. All right, talk to me about this track.
It definitely needed something. I mean, I was toying around. So this is a track, but I was just saying, just little elements, just to kind of add, just add something,
right.
rather than just being
solo.
this. Right.
I see the producer
solos.
in the chat, and he's identified himself. So what's up, Rick? I hope you're listening.
Yeah.
He says there's a story behind all the time. But put the story in your song. The song tells the story, not the whole title. Don't nobody want to read a whole paragraph for a title.
That's the whole
You're
reason.
tripping, Rick.
Well, listen. It's the whole reason that people put hooks on records. Hooks on records are to make records memorable. I mean, when you listen to a record like, oh, I heard it through the grapevine. If the song was called "Heard It Through the Grapevine" and it never said "I heard it through the grapevine," how do you go to the store and buy it?
Right.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, there is something to it, unless that's exactly what you don't want to do. And, George Clinton did that all the time. I mean, so there is no.
Think about it like a kid. You're having a kid, so you put a good name on the kid. It's your kid. Give it a good name. You want to be proud of that. You want people to remember the name of the kid. You want him to be a president one day or whatever. So. You got to be proud of that.
Right. And set your song up to be as successful as it can be. And like I said, unless you just don't want to do that. I mean, you have a lot of producers that do all kind of different and creative things. Yeah. This is just what we think about that particular track. And listen, the track off to itself is actually bonkers. It just needs a few elements in my book, and if you wanted to go more underground soulful, you can add solos and that kind of thing, and you got a whole nother thing. If you want to keep it deep, dark, and underground, you keep it deep, dark, and underground. It's not bad. It's not bad at all.
Just got to change that title.
But you know what? Check this out. So. The hair industry is such a booming industry. Like spoken word, like Coffee the Flowettress, writing some verses on top of that about hair and how hair represents
get your hair done.
Yeah, right. Right. And you've created
your hair is your crowning glory. Yeah.
Right. You created a completely different thing.
You got to tie those aspects together.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that if you want to make a joke with that, only you understand the joke. It doesn't make sense, If you want to make a joke, tell the joke, because people are not gonna, understand what's happening. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we've got 2 more tracks. We are up to track number 6 called Slow Down. This is Talent Tuesday. Hang in with us.
In this life, there's lessons learned. Even though you're dangerous, I'm not even concerned. When I look into your eyes, it makes me hypnotized. You put me in a trance. You make me wanna dance. You make me wanna dance. You really don't know what you do to me. You set my soul on fire. It makes my love. It makes my love. It makes my love like a burning desire. Slow it down. Take your time. Can't you see? Trying to make you mine. You got me spinning. You move too fast. Let's make it real. Trying to make it last. Got me coming. Got me going. Oh, so sweet. Keep it flowing. It starts with a glance. Puts me in a trance. Love and romance. Makes my body dance. Dance. You really got me giving. it's growing, showing for you. Growing for you, showing for you. Growing, showing for you. Slow it down, take your time. Can't you see? Trying to make you mine. You got me spinning, you move too fast. Let's make it real, trying to make it last. Slow it down, slow it down, slow it. Got me coming, got me going. Oh, so sweet. Keep it flowing. Give it to me, give it to me, give it to me. Got to have it. Give it to me, give it to me, give it to me. You know I need it. Give it to me, give it to me, give it to me. You know I want it. Give it to me, give it to me, give it to me. Oh, yeah. In this life there's lessons learned. Even though you're dangerous, I'm not even concerned. Concerned. I want your love. I need your love. Gotta have your love. You're moving much too fast. Slow it down like a burning desire. Slow it down. Set my soul on fire. Slow it down. Yes, you do. Yes, slow it down. Slow it down. I love the way you make me feel. You set my soul on fire. You are my desire. So slow it down. Slow it down. Slow it down. You make me slow it down. I want it. I gotta have you. Slow it down. Slow it down.
Okay. Bring that sound down, DJ Spen.
Slow down.
Slow down.
Slow down.
Okay, I heard enough of those vocals. Turn it down.
Y'all don't. Why y'all feed into that foolishness? Y'all just should not feed into Kelly and that foolishness. She worse than Tommy Davis when she wants to be.
Okay. So
But all right.
let's start with Joe Bond.
Oh, why I gotta be first on this one?
I'm going back and forth. So it was Maymay's turn last time. It's your turn.
I like the track itself. It has a nice soulful house vibe. The vocals, I'm a little iffy about it. You know, maybe because it's dry. There's no effects. You know, it's probably a flat demo or something. In certain part of the song, I'm not that crazy about, but it has potential. That's the best I could say about it.
Okay. What can I do to take it from potential to decent?
Slow it down. I'm hearing the song and I was listening to it, trying to come up with the best thing to say about it. I'm not that crazy about the lyrics, but I like the track.
Yeah.
You know, I would either say rewrite and say something else. The hook is cool, you know. It's almost R&B-ish, almost. You know, I think that's what they had in mind. But give it that house feel of slow it down, you know.
Okay.
Either how to phrase it, change the phrase of the record or something like that. I don't have no problems with the track itself, except maybe instead of the acidy bass line, I would give it more of a sub, you know, kind of give it that oomph. It needs more substance.
Okay.
Just a little bit more substance. You got to feel full with a track.
All right. So if you had to give it a number, what is your number going to be?
Huh. I guess because it has potential and everything, I have to say a 5.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Let's check in with May May.
All right. I like the track. It has potential, as he said, but again, it needs a proper mix. It's too dry. I agree. It's too dry, but we can see the elements are there. I don't understand why people like to do everything. They like to program the drums, play the keyboards, do the mixing and mastering, and say, "I did everything." Why? You're not rings.
Go
Right?
ahead. Right.
So I believe that, look, it's smart if you call a good engineer to work your track and get your sounds to sound better, you know. But I
Right.
see potential on this track. I like the track. It could be on track source one day. I would make a proper mix. I'm always talking about the mix, right? Am I crazy?
Yeah.
Or
No,
No,
you're
you're
not.
right. You're right.
okay. But sometimes you lose a track when you don't have a good mix. I think this
Mhm.
one is a good track. I would give it a 7 as it is, and
Okay.
maybe 8.5 if you give it to DJ Spen for mixing. You know,
Okay. Okay.
I think it needs a good mix, but I think all the elements are there. You know,
Gotcha. All right. Well, I hope this producer is taking a listen. We had about, I guess, maybe about 65% over on Twitch said no, but we had a good 30% that said it has potential, and then the rest said, a few did say yes, they like it as is. So not too bad actually. Everybody seems to feel like it has some at least a good start. So let's go over to Candace on this one.
Thank you. So I really like it as well. So what I wrote down is like in the I think it was like the early noughties, there was this whole time when there was a lot of R&B tracks were made into house tracks, and it reminds me of that vibe. That's what I wrote down. Also, I like the song, you know, I always listen to the lyrics, and I like the song because it was like, it was sexual, but it was not explicit. And I liked it. I quite liked it. Plus it just had a good vibe. And I don't know, I liked it. I think if it had come into the demo's inbox, I wouldn't have signed it on the fly, but I would have definitely pushed for it. I think I would definitely push for it because I think it's definitely got something there. But at the same time, I felt like sometimes the lyrics felt a bit cluttered and it could have been stripped out a little bit. But I liked the whole vibe. Like when I was just listening to it, I was like, yes, like I liked it. So I'm going to give it a 7.
All right.
it needs more shampoo on that.
It needs a little more shampoo.
It needs more shampoo. Yeah.
Renee.
Shampoo. It didn't wow me. I wasn't really fond of the lyrics at all. The music was okay. The music has potential, but I definitely would revisit those lyrics. Those lyrics seemed a little risque to me. If that's what the producer was going for, I'm not sure. So I definitely would say it's like a 5 for me.
It's a 5 for you. Okay. Funny you said something about the lyrics. Someone sent us a song, and I just, when I go through, I'm rushing, so I just downloaded a bunch of songs, and I put them where we save all of our files and everything. And after I downloaded it, I realized the name of the song was BITCH what? And I wrote back and said, do you know DJ Spen? Have you ever heard of DJ Spen at all? There is no way. Even if hell froze over, he would not play that song on this show. So It's funny you mentioned just the risque, because this was not. It wasn't just suggestive. It was the blatant. I don't know what the song was about, but the title was BITCH. What? That was the name of the song.
But
so,
if you go back and listen to this song again.
I was not listening. I know Candace usually listens, and I will ask her sometimes, like, what was it about? But she usually catches. I did not listen to the lyrics.
This one was suggestive.
It was very suggestive, but it wasn't like.
It wasn't like.
That's why I said it was sexual.
It wasn't porn. Yeah.
Yeah. It was very suggestive though. But I mean, as someone who that's not really my style.
Yeah.
I can definitely appreciate the track.
Yeah.
But I know where Renee's coming from, but it wasn't explicit. Like, it wasn't like out and out rude, and I think that's why it got a pass from me.
Okay. I did. Maybe a part of the reason I didn't listen to the vocals is because I really just did not like them. I just didn't like the way they sounded at all. But I probably could get into the track. I just could not with the vocals. So I don't know. Spen?
I think the guy sounds like Leroy Burgess a lot. And I think that, for that type of R&B style track, I think it's a good start.
Mm-hmm.
I think the singing needs to be reapproached.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not done. The record, don't make a mistake and think that this record is done, because it's not.
Right.
It does have potential. So I agree with everything that's been said.
Okay.
The only thing, like I said, I would add to it is, the track is good, needs a good mix, and the vocal needs to be re-delivered, and maybe have somebody, not just an engineer. You probably need to have a musician or a singer around to make sure that you approach the vocals correctly, and I think you may have something.
Okay, that's good feedback.
But it's absolutely not finished.
So what's your score on it?
7. I give it a 7.
Okay. All right. Well, we are rolling on. We have one more song for tonight. It's called "We Got Burned." And if I'm not mistaken, this is a producer who has been on the show before. I think his first song that he submitted was signed to Quantize, and we released it. So this is his very last time appearing on Talent Tuesday, and he knows that. So let's check it out. It's called "We Got Burned."
We're float away. Remix man on display. Could do nothing but pray. We got work. Hard work done, ain't ready. Timber was on the way. Races on the road today. We've been burned. Clear water running gray. Bring honest justice today. Reparations away. We're still running. African American, Negro, colored, black, given different names, shouldn't have a back. Christian first, not an average guy, brother of the king, reborn of the most high. I wasn't made for you, I'm not a slave to you. Pledge allegiance, but that don't mean I'm honoring you. Acknowledgement of my freedom wasn't easily done. 1865 to 2021. Captain said it, and he take the credit. Then we all got involved so that you won't forget it. My black face melanin race, some base was God's grace. So to him alone, I'm indebted. Yet still, the struggle is real. So tell me, how does it feel knowing that your false time will reveal? And the day will come when you will finally learn that we've had enough of being burned. No justice, no peace. Injustice proceeds. We gotta fight and die on our knees. We're tired of being burned. We bleed the same, we explain. But we're all saved by His name. Jesus Christ we proclaim. Fear no one. And praise I celebrate. In hearts regenerate. Joyful cries elevate. 'Cause it's our turn. Just respect we burn. Dignity return. For what's right we done. No more being burned.
All right.
We got burned.
We got burned.
Yeah, we sure did.
Set on fire.
So okay, let's start out with May May on this one.
Why me?
May, because Jovan was last time. Now it's your turn.
All right. No, I'm kidding. I'm not into the lyrics, but there's something good on the track. I feel there's a legit 80s feeling on the track. It's not like he tried to do that. It's legit. You know, the vocal sounds like those British pop from the 80s, right?
Yeah.
It does. It does.
Like the Information Society, which is American, but anyway, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Uh-huh.
I
Uh-huh.
like the '80s thing, which is coming back again and again every time. And I like the track, but I'm not into the lyrics. We got burned, we got burned, we got burned. It needs more shampoo. But look,
Y'all gonna stay on that one, huh? Y'all gonna make me really change the title of his track.
see, the
Maybe.
guy should be saying,
Maybe.
"You see, you remember my track now. That's why I put that name." You see,
Right. Well,
it
yeah.
was probably
You know,
right.
like I
But
said,
anyway,
right. You just never
yeah,
know. Mm-mm.
it's an '80s thing. I think it's legit. It needs it needs a proper mix, but we're talking about demos, right? So
Right.
I don't think it's a bad thing. I like it. I would work more on the structure because I feel it's too long. It's not a long track, but it needs to work the structure more because it's like a repetition every time. So
Right.
if you feel it's long and you see it's not, it's because something is
It's
wrong
not
with the
gonna hold your
structure.
attention too
Yeah,
long.
Yeah.
exactly. That's
Mhm.
it. That's what I feel.
Okay. So, what can they
More
do
shampoo.
here? More, just put a lot of more shampoo on.
A little bit more shampoo, a good mix, and the
Mhm.
structure. I think should work more on the structure and the
Right.
lyrics. I don't know about
Okay.
these lyrics. I don't feel the lyrics.
Right.
Okay.
I would rethink about that. I like the melody. It's okay. The melody is okay, but the lyrics, it's like I don't. It doesn't catch me.
Okay. All right. So, what's your score going to be?
I would say 6.5.
Okay.
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 All right. All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Let's
No
go over
problem.
to Javon.
Um, yeah, I agree with him. It has that information society feel to it,
Yeah.
and it has lyrically. It sounds like it should be a reggaeton type of record because of the way the lyrics are.
Hmm.
He's not really improvising on his vocals. I think that's what it is because he's just staying on the one line. It's not going nowhere. Um, I'm not that crazy about the lyrics. I like the track. It's a gospel track. It's nice. The idea overall is good. I think they should revisit the vocals. The arrangements actually probably.
Hmm.
Something in there. I can't quite put my finger on it, but I think that the lyrics is not that bad. But I think that it needs to be revisited. The track is good. I give it a 6.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. A 6 and a 6.5. Let's go to DJ Renee Melendez.
So I get what he was trying to do with the lyrics. So let me talk about the music. The music first, very 80s sounding, like both Jovan and DJ Meme said. With the lyrics, this producer was trying to create a purpose song talking about the
Right.
struggle of Black people and
Right.
racial inequality. So I get the message behind
Mm-hmm.
the lyrics. I don't think the lyrics are structured like Javon was saying, the way the lyrics flow. There's some structural issues with that. So that's worth revisiting because the message is good. Think about, for reference point, I would encourage this producer to listen to Red, White, and Blue by Josh Milan. It is a purpose song. It talks about racial inequality, but listen to the way those lyrics flow and then work on possibly restructuring your song so
Yeah.
that the flow comes together better. You have something, you're definitely on to something, but it's almost like you took everything and just kind of threw it together and said, let me just kind of submit this. So take your concepts, break everything down, and then restructure everything and bring it together tight. And we got these producers come on here and they always encourage these, upcoming producers, invest in what you're trying to do. DJ Spen has said it, Tommy has said it, Jovan and May have said it tonight. Spend that extra couple of dollars, investing in someone to engineer your song properly so that it is coming together. It's a demo, but it still has more structure than it just sounded like it was something created in your bedroom with no love. And that's what you're trying to deliver to someone in your song, your love for your work. So,
all right. So, what score are you feeling for this one? She said,
6.
No, I'm gonna go with a 5.
You're gonna go with a 5?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, thank you. So, Candace, you know this producer, and you were a huge fan of his very first release on the label. So, did you pick up who it is, and what do you think about this one?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know who it is. I don't want to give anything away. I think the person's name begins with E.
Yes, you got it.
Okay, right. Okay, and the funny thing was,
I know she's a fan of his.
I'm a massive fan, and I actually played. If the producer's watching, I played your song yesterday on my show. Your song banged, your first one. I love it so much. So what I'm going to say with this one is, for me, there was too much vocals, like there was too much "We Get Burned," right? And because it's been confirmed to the producer is how they made that first track. They need to kind of have the same kind of vibe on this track. There's definitely what was being said about like the arrangements and the structure of it, and it's like, I feel like they could just take out bits of the vocal, like the first one, and just put bits of vocals in it. It doesn't need the whole song. There were some really nice key parts of that song where there was a message in there. And then people started asking in the chat, "Oh, is this gospel?" But I think it got overshadowed by the "We get burned, we get burned, we get burned." It was very repetitive. So for me, I will say, just strip it down. Just take key parts of the vocal and just make a dub track. I always say you can take out vocals. You never need too many vocals. I like vocal tracks, but I really like dub tracks more. And I really think that this tune could be really well if it had less vocals in it. So I really hope that the producer can just go back and do something. Because I'm a huge fan of his first song. Massive fan of that song. I played that yesterday and put some effects on it and everything. So it's so cool. Yeah, sorry. It's a really good song. He's got potential, and with this song, it's got potential. But it was just too cluttered for me with the "We Get Burned." It overshadowed everything, unfortunately. So I'm going to give it a 6.5.
All right.
I hope that he goes away and maybe does something to it and comes back.
Yeah. Rico Flores over on Facebook agreed with you. He said the lyrics are cool, but the hook just has them burnt out. It's just too much. Yeah. So I think that's what you're saying.
Is this really supposed to be a gospel track?
Yeah.
Is it? I thought I took it more of like a
civil rights,
like Black Lives Matter.
Like a purpose,
I guess.
He mentioned Jesus in there, and listen, I listened to those lyrics.
Well, he mentioned Jesus because he's talking about the song. He's talking about my country. He's referencing a song that has Jesus, that has an American song that has a patriotic song about the country that talks about Jesus, and basically, saying like, what happened to that.
Right.
So that was my interpretation. So I was thinking, when Renee said, think of other songs along those lines, I think of Enough, Enough. I think of
Joe Bone.
Is it the end of it all? If you want to, if that's the feeling and the sentiment you want to portray. I can't speak for him, but we'll be talking to this guy. What did you think?
I liked it because the vibe was there, and I'm just speaking on the vibe of it. I mean, literally, it sounded like Depeche Mode to me in a lot of ways. It's weird.
Yeah, I could hear that.
What that kind of subject matter is difficult in the in the best of times. I think of course, you have a lot of people who could get that right. Marvin Gaye, Curtis Mayfield, Coffee, the storyteller. There's so many people who can deliver what I'm going to call an important song for an important time. And I get what he's trying to do, but I think that it may need to be, I mean, it's interesting because I mean, and Joe Vaughn will tell you when we initially did, We Can't Take No More, Enough. It, I mean, Coffee was cursing in it. Right.
I remember.
And I was so strongly against it. And, and I spoke to her about what the potential could be if she took those words out.
Yeah.
And, I mean, lo and behold, I mean, you had gospel stations playing that record. There's no way a gospel station would have played a record that had a 4-letter word in it.
Right.
That being said, with reference to this particular song, I think it's a little too heavy.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's. I think you can get the point across and not be so heavy. So somebody like May, who's not from the U.S., who may have some idea of what the subject matter is really going at, but you don't want to alienate him so much that he's like, I don't really understand it.
Yeah.
So I think that a different approach lyrically could change the whole face of what you could do with this record. Again, when you're thinking about records like, Marvin Gaye, What's Going On, it's weighty, it's heavy, but it's still appealing universally. And that is, that's the idea. That's my 2 cents. Other than that, if I'm judging it just for what it is, I'd have to say it is a 6. Again, I think it could do with a proper mix down. It could definitely do with not necessarily even a different style. The melody's good. The melody's right in there. So it has so many appealing parts. That it makes it kind of difficult for me, especially with a record like this, to kind of pick it apart, because I don't want to pick it apart so much that it discourages you from continuing to work on it. But listen, the record that May remixed on Soulful Storm, You Are My Friend, is a record that I've been working on since the 90s. Never got it right. Changed the vocalist, changed all kinds of things. And, eventually I found the right person, and it took the next 30 years later. So I'm saying that I think it just needs to be worked on. It needs some tender love and care. The idea is really dope, but the execution is not there yet. I would encourage you.
You want to track the way, the minute you hear it in the first minute and a half or so, I give it a minute and a half before I actually like a record, because if the start of it already got you, everything else need to have to, get you, grip you in, like if you on the dance floor or if you're standing off to the side and a good record comes on, you immediately want to stare at that DJ and hit to the floor. That's what a good record is. If they just standing there just going, okay, and they still talking, they're not paying attention, because your record may not have no elements.
Yeah.
It's not,
Right.
it's not reeling you in. you know, let's go back to how Soulful Storm is. You know, I had to think about how I was going to restructure that track as a remix. I wanted to start off with Spin talking. That's reeling you in. Like, okay, what's he talking about? What's happening?
Right.
Then, while he's talking, there's something else going on, stabbing you in, you know. And then there comes the solo. Then comes the girl talking, you know, and there's your record,
It
you
pulls you
know.
in.
Yeah, everything in that record pulls you in. So going back to him, the lyrics are very strong. Like you mentioned earlier, it needs to be something like, if it's a message record, it needs to be like a Josh Malone feel. Take some of the we get burned out of it. You know,
Yeah.
it's too much
Hmm.
of it. Um, you know, I know he. You know, I can't tell an artist that they can't use that line because it's really not
Right.
grabbing you. You know, we get burned. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's just really heavy. It's just
yeah.
it's
It
Is
needs to
heavy.
be. It needs to
it's
say
too much
something
of it.
else. Yeah,
Maybe that's why
It's
they
too
didn't
Right.
like the
it's
song.
just too
Maybe that's
much
why they
of
didn't like
that
the
one
song.
specific
I think
line.
so. I think
Yeah.
so.
That line was a little thinned out, and maybe stretching the song out to maybe three verses. Like in what we listened to, it sounded like a lot was kind of pushed together.
it was. Yeah,
Stretch it out, make the song a little bit longer, because if it's a purpose song, 6 7 minutes, if you're captivating your audience, you're gonna pull them in regardless.
yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
Kelly.
Yeah. Well, wait a minute. Yeah, she's running after the child that is in the house, doing what the child does in the house. And because I mean, I don't know if you can kind of tell. I'm usually the one running after the child in the house, but because I got the long legs. But yeah, there she goes. Anyway, sorry for that dead air. Let's see if she comes back. But again, I think the record has good potential, and I think all of this is really good feedback.
Yeah, I want to. Sorry, I'm. Did you tell them I'm multitasking? Where's my
Yeah.
headphones?
In a few little ways,
Oh,
yes,
okay.
I did.
So yeah, I was just reading a comment from Mike Adams on Facebook, and Mike says we also need to keep in mind that there are some producers who submit their music who might not be able to afford a proper mix down. And I think with this song, when
Understood.
it's not just the mix down, I think we've signed some tracks on Talent Tuesday where everything was good, and we said all it needs is a proper mix down, and we've
Right.
done it in house. So his question is, what advice can we give? Can we suggest or direct some up and coming producers to an affordable engineer or software that can help them, that can help their mix sound better? So I'll
Oh,
defer
I'm
to.
leaving that one to May May all day.
Okay, May May.
Me.
Let's
Me.
let's go,
Why
dude.
me?
I know he got something to say.
Yeah, because
No, no,
I
no.
mean,
Look.
you do very clean, lush, heavy work.
Opinion.
Uh,
Do I?
exactly. I mean, I mean, you're not just dealing usually. I mean, there's nothing actually that I ever hear you do that's very simple. You do very complex things. So I think it would be appropriate for you to answer that one, especially with a song like this last one that has so many elements.
Well, a proper mix down is very important. You can reveal a song with that. We didn't talk about the way the vocal is mixed on this song because it's not in a
Right.
good way. You don't you,
Right.
you don't hear the lyrics properly. Look, I'm not American. I can
Right.
speak English with you, but with something like that, I can't understand everything.
Mm.
Yeah.
So probably that's why I didn't like the lyrics that much. First, because it didn't say anything to me. Second, because I don't hear everything. It's very muffled in the song.
Uh-huh.
So a proper mix could make miracles with that.
True.
And a shampoo to take off some of those we got burned,
Yep.
So rinse a little bit and take off some of those,
Mm-hmm.
like take off 2 minutes of those song and that song, and I think it's
So, any suggestions, May, on
on a mix.
software or something people can use? If they can't
People,
afford.
not software. People.
Yeah.
Look for people. Look for a
Look
good,
for people.
look for a good engineer.
Amen.
Keyword.
Because I mean, people think that there's like a magic
There's a button.
formula. That if I can use what Jovan's using, then I can get Jovan's sound. If I can use what Kenny Dope's using, what is he using?
You can go to my studio, use my studio and my sound, my computer. Not gonna make the mistake I do.
No, it's
It
not.
makes no sense.
Right.
This is about
Unfortunately,
people. It's
it's not
not
how
about
it
loops. It's not about loop masters or whatever you're gonna buy your sample packs. It's about getting the right people to mix it. It's not about
would
it's not about the right software. It's
So
about
would you say networking?
yeah,
Networking.
yeah, sure.
Using
Call
your
people,
resources.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you should look for the right people to mix it. You like this song? You like the mix? Who did that? Look for that guy. I went to America to mix some of my songs. I went to John Popo to mix some of my songs. David Darlington, David Sussman.
Right.
Yeah.
Now you're talking. Right.
I spent my money.
The serious guys.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I spent my money to do that, and I had a great result with that. People don't understand what's happening, but it's
and
all
you
about,
learn from cats like Sussman,
Exactly.
from these guys like Jim Bonsai, and it just doesn't come overnight. Your ears develop when you. It's almost like what is it that they say? They say that dang. First, the thing is coming to my mind, misery loves company, but it's like the company you keep rubs off on you.
Mm-hmm.
And
iron sharpens iron.
Exactly. So, what we're saying is that, okay, yeah, we know that it's expensive. Yes, it is an expensive thing to go and get, and pay somebody $30, $40, $50. When you're talking, really, really killer guys, could be $100 an hour to mix a song. But what do you learn in the process? You're not paying. You're not paying for the person to actually show you something. Well, you're paying so that you can be around the person, so that you can pick up tips and tricks and things that person knows and understands about what it is that you want to learn how to do. And that's what you're paying for. No, it's not cheap. You want a Lamborghini.
It doesn't have to be cheap.
It's not cheap.
That's it. I brought Stephen Barkan to Brazil. I brought Stephen Barkan to Brazil.
You literally flew him to Brazil?
Yeah, I flew him to Brazil.
That's dope.
I went to New York to mix on 23rd West Studio.
Yeah.
Right. With Stephen, and I said, look, let's go to Brazil, and we finished the record there. So I brought him to Brazil, and he finished 3 or 4 songs here. It was an album. So he came to Brazil, and this is a serious job. You have to take it seriously. Oh, I don't have money for that. I understand. But look for somebody who can make it better than you, because if you don't have the experience, you may be going to lose a song. You may be going to going to put it out with a bad mix, and then you're not going to get there because of that, So
And if you're serious about your music, if you want music to be your business, it's your life, it's what you want to do. With any business, you have to invest in yourself, in your business. When you're not working for someone else, you're working for yourself. You want your music to become what you do. You have to put money into it. And
I'm always trying to say that to the young people, to you younger people, because they want to do everything themselves. I did the mastering.
Right.
Do you do your mastering? Of course I don't do my mastering. Why would I do my mastering? What do you mean? What do I mean? There's people for that. Do you paint your house? I could do it, but I'm not going to do it properly. So I got somebody to paint the house.
You want somebody that's all they do is master.
Yeah.
But and networking and using your resources. If you're great at programming drums, but your homie is good at mastering and engineering, well, you call a favor for a favor. Hey, listen,
Right.
I'll
Yeah.
program drums on your track. Can you master mine?
Louis
It's
and Kenny.
the art of
Louis
yes,
and Kenny.
exactly.
That's it.
Right.
Right?
That's right. That's right. Case closed.
Yeah.
Case
Indeed.
closed. So, all right.
All right.
That's a good
Well,
Talent Tuesday.
This has been
my goodness.
another Talent Tuesday. It is 7:00 on the East Coast, midnight over in the UK, and in Brazil, I think it is what 9:00.
2
8
hours
o'clock?
ahead.
Two,
It's
Two
okay.
hours ahead.
Okay,
Okay,
2 hours.
so not too bad.
Okay.
Not too bad.
All right. Well, we've got a lot of things coming up, so stay with us. March
Yeah.
13th, you can see Jovan in person
Yes, you can.
at
Watch him
Unquantize Your
bang
Mind
your
in
head against the
Baltimore.
wall. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're gonna have lots of fun. What else we got? That's it.
Oh man. Yeah, so far,
Eye of the Storm.
I have the storm is
I haven't-
out.
I have
Well,
to
no,
admit,
it's coming out. Coming out.
I haven't
coming
even
out.
listened to it. I'm gonna listen to it.
You should listen to
I will.
it. You should listen to it.
I'll check
You
it
should
out. I
listen
want to check out what May May did, and I want to check out what Jovan did to see if I like it.
Now, you're gonna like.
I don't
what
like
May
it,
May
I'ma
did.
tell him.
Yeah, you're disco type, so you'll definitely like that. And
Okay.
Jovan
She
did some
said-
very interesting things with your vocals.
Oh, he did
She's-
something interesting with my vocals.
Yes, he did.
The eye of the storm is coming down immediately.
Oh, that was you? Okay.
Yes,
that's
that
her.
was me.
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. All right. No, I know it's good. I know it's good.
Yeah, dope. So, guys, thank you, especially just for really gracing us with the information. Again, I think it's really helpful for a lot of producers to know that this is something that just didn't happen overnight.
Right.
It took a lot of work and a lot of sacrifice, monetarily, physically, spiritually. So thank you, May May. Thank you. And
Thank
you,
you,
what
my
you did
friend.
on You
Thank
Are My
you.
Friend is just so excellent. And Jovan, my brother, strong black man. I will see you next month, and thank you for joining us. And I know you guys are busy, but just really spending the time with us and
And I hope the
helping
producers,
us to explain.
people ask like, well, how can I get help? We have this show. It's really not, trust me, we don't really make any money off of it. It's really for the producers. And I hope that the producers actually listen to the feedback. I'm assuming that's why you submitted your song. You've got professionals right there. People
We're
have
here
gone
for you.
before you. They've had many successful projects, and they're giving you the feedback. So take that, use this as an opportunity to really listen and take the feedback and make your songs even stronger. So that's why we're here. That's why we do this. Instead of being upstairs with our kid who's wrecking things right now.
Oh, yeah, we're going to have to go upstairs. I'm sure I'm going to go right upstairs to a wrecking ball.
So thank you again, May May. Thank you, Jovan. Thank you, Candace.
Kelly. Thank you, Spen.
Renee.
Thank you.
And thanks all of you on Twitch, Mixcloud, and Facebook and YouTube, wherever you're watching. We appreciate you. And we'll be back in 2 weeks with another edition of Talent Tuesday. And that's it, right?
That's it. Peace
all right,
in the
peace in the valley,
peace
in the city, and peace to your souls. We're
right?
out.
Peace out. Bye-bye. Bye, Renee. Bye, Candace.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Kelly.
Bye-bye.
Javon.
All right, Cal, Spen.
Bye, May May and Jovan.
Bye-bye, Renee.
Peace.
Bye, Javon.